It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, here I am.
Yeah, here you
Here's
are,
my
Dave
voice.
Landau. Usual host of Normal World, now at the Comedy Cave in Calgary, Alberta.
That's right. Get it?
Oh, man, what a week.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it was a great week.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, you got a lot of fans here.
Yeah, I know. I was really happy to see as many people come out.
Yeah,
You never know when you go to a new place, or at least when you haven't been in a long time.
yeah.
So it was nice.
Well, even the host tonight, or you know Adam.
Yes.
He was like, I'm a big fan of Normal World. Like, he was like hoping to see you, but then he couldn't wait around. So
I gotcha.
You know, he says, great working with you. And
Oh, very cool. No, he did a great job, and it was I saw his set the last 2 nights. So yeah, it was cool.
yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's good.
Yeah. So, how'd you like Calgary?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, people are friendly. It's a clean city as
Yeah.
opposed to a lot of cities in America where it's just dead people and feces and crime. I'm sure you have your crime here, but there's also like no guns, right?
No, they're in,
So it's not that scary.
no.
I guess it's maybe some stabbings, but I mean, really, walking around here was very quaint.
Yeah, yeah.
You have a monorail.
yeah.
It's wonderful. Like it's just a view of a clean place. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's nice.
You can just dodge knife attacks here.
Yes, yeah, it's true. And like the homeless aren't. I shouldn't say that they're normally bad, but many can be a little scary. And I saw 3 doing doo-wop today, like it was the 1950s, and it was really, really like genuinely great.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
Our
look,
homeless are musical.
yeah, I'm like, here's a 5. You've earned it. Like you're just watching the 4 Tops get started.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Good.
I like it here.
You're seeing a lot of the differences then, I see.
Yeah, I would come over to Canada from Detroit because that's where I live.
You're from Detroit?
From Detroit,
Okay.
yeah.
Born and raised.
Born and raised in Detroit. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was raised in a suburb right on the border of Detroit. Born in Detroit.
Okay.
So it's like right there, you know. And I would come to Canada a lot, especially when I first started performing. And it was always very, very friendly audiences, and they were always really comedy savvy. And I
In
grew up
Windsor, is that where?
all over Windsor, Toronto.
okay.
Well, and I grew up loving Canadian TV. Like Kids in the Hall was my favorite sketch show, and
Yeah.
a few other things. So that
SCTV would have.
loved it, dude. It loved it. I still think not enough people know about how brilliant that is.
Yeah, it's a total precursor to SNL. Like,
Well,
or was it running maybe at around the same time?
it was around the same time. They had Dan Aykroyd came out of the Toronto
Second
group.
City.
Catherine O'Hara did as well, but she was so bothered by the writer Michael O'Donoghue, who was insane, but a great writer on SNL, but that she left SNL and she went back to Canada
Okay.
before it even debuted. So they were about the same time. John Candy was there, but yeah, Aykroyd, Belushi from Chicago. They brought them from the different chapters, and that's how they started SNL.
Murray.
Murray,
Yeah.
yep. And then by the time I think they were looking for new people, you know, Rick Moranis, Eugene Levy, they had already become this thing. Joe Flaherty, who's this underrated genius, Dave Thomas.
Short.
Yeah, Martin Short he might be the funniest person alive, or at least in the top 5. Like, he's unbelievably quick.
Jiminy Glick is fucking
It is the
hilarious.
Best, dude.
Like, interviewing someone with an insultive kind of. I wish I had the skill.
Well,
It's
just
so
pretending
good.
you don't know people, and then he's so small and agile. So the way that he's moving and constantly eating donuts and watching the people break, his book was brilliant too. I really didn't know. I knew a lot about his career, but I didn't know a lot about how he grew up. And it's a really fascinating book. How he got into, theater and was doing kind of a little bit of serious stuff. But then when he got into Second City, just finding that voice.
Yeah, that's one of 2 guys I can think of that did a sketch show successfully on both sides of the border.
Yes.
Because the other one's Mark McKinney.
Mark McKinney's great.
Yeah, because he was a cast member on SNL and Kids in the Hall.
Yes, and Kids in the Hall. And I was really happy when he got on that. And it was right around when Brain Candy came out, which is brilliant. And it was one of those that I don't think enough people have seen or got, but it predicted the future.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And I've met Bruce McCulloch. I'm hoping to meet Scott Thompson at Skankfest.
Yep.
And Bruce and I did an interview with him. I was lucky enough to. But
He spends a lot of time in Calgary. I think
Does
he
he?
have a house here or something. He did a sitcom based here in this city.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's always been somebody. The whole group. I mean, just the fact that they were punk rock improv guys. I had a friend. He's older than me, but he said he would see them in New York in the '80s, or like maybe
As a troupe?
As a troupe.
Okay.
Like maybe the early '90s was before they completely exploded. And Scott Thompson, and this is the '80s, like early '90s New York. Like, AIDS is very serious.
Yeah.
So the only gay cast member is now flying over the crowd, and he's calling himself the AIDS fairy and sprinkling glitter on the entire audience. And people just not finding it funny or getting
so
it.
funny.
It's the best. And, like, Girl Drink Drunk might be the best sketch ever written.
Yeah.
It's so brilliant where you just have Dave Foley, like, hollowing out a coconut at work. He's like, oh, I don't drink. Then he just drinks a fruity drink, and he's just addicted to them.
Yeah.
So he's in a meeting. He's got, like, strawberries on his collar and everything, and he's trying to just say that he's fine. The way that they did comedy that would come through, like, I was lucky enough to get the Canadian broadcasting, and I was able to
because
get...
it would have just kind of come in on Air TV. Or
Exactly.
Whatever. Yeah.
So I got to watch a lot of stuff that was really like English and dry and Canadian. Like, so I got to grow up on that as well as like Def Jam. And so I saw just the gauntlet.
Yeah. So
And,
you got, because we're pretty proud in Canada of our lineage of comedy.
You should be. It's great.
Yeah, when we think about the non-stand-up guys like Mike Myers, or
It's great.
Yeah, or then the stand-up guys who made it huge, like Jim Carrey, like those.
Yes.
Because he's a stand-up guy.
Yes.
Like he was
He was
big
a
Yuck Yucks guy.
Yeah, big Yuck Yucks guy, was homeless at one point.
Yeah.
And he's definitely somebody who they said they used to call him the actor because he would go on stage and, do just impressions.
Yeah.
And you always hear that and you go, well, that's the bitterness of somebody when you see somebody's going to be very successful.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that he was turned down for SNL so many times because he was able to get in living color. And I was lucky enough to do a show with Marlon Wayans last week, and I've met Keenan, and
cool.
dude, they were my heroes.
Yeah.
And
I love In Living Color. Like,
dude, every Sunday.
We're probably around the same age, I think. Right?
How old are you?
I'm 46.
I'm 42, so same deal.
Yeah, so
yeah.
came up on a lot of the same stuff, especially if you were exposed to all of that Canadian stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I was too, both. Because the American stuff gets up here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of, that's like America seems to go kind of a little bit everywhere. And then when I talk to a lot of people, they didn't learn about Kids in the Hall and this other stuff until after. But Kids in the Hall would sell out in Detroit if they played a theater, in the 90s, whatever, because we knew about it.
Well, and it was an HBO show.
Yeah, for a minute, yeah. Yeah.
And it's a little different if you actually watch it. It's a little more, like, racy, a little more swearing is on that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, than when the Canadian version.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they toned it down.
So, but again, HBO is a premium channel. A lot of people probably didn't have access.
Right.
Yeah.
So. And Mr. Show came out too, and that was this avant-garde masterpiece.
Odenkirk and Cross, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's when
it was a good show too.
Yeah, like I liked Odenkirk a lot because he was on the Ben Stiller Show, which was this brilliant sketch comedy show that lasted one season, and then it was canceled, and they won an Emmy. So Ben came out and did a speech thanking everybody, even though the show had been canceled because people didn't get it. And I loved it. I loved it as a kid. So it was, it was interesting to watch that go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely a huge influence in sketch.
Okay, so is a lot of your influence sketch?
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love sketch more than stand-up from the get-go. I started doing improv at Second City when I was about 19.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, from 19 to 20.
Chicago.
Detroit.
Detroit
Had a chapter.
Okay.
John Candy opened it in 1993, and it shut down in 2004. And, I mean, they moved it, but we did, like, the first show there. It was called Meet in the Middle, which was a pun for anal sex.
Yeah.
And, I mean, for 04, it was half the town was gay and half the town was straight, and they decided to separate. And, like, it's a musical, and then eventually they come back together, but, each sketch is based on what's going on. So, like, one guy's losing his Subaru dealership, which in 04 was a very, unique joke.
Yeah.
Like, and then one guy's florist, gay guy can't keep his floral shop open because there's no guys to buy flowers for their angry wife.
Yeah.
So like then we meet them together at the end, and it was really fun to do. But yeah, when I started there, I always wanted to do sketch more than anything.
Okay. Are you still in that mindset, or are you like a happy stand-up comic?
I'm a happy stand-up comic, but we do sketch on my show Normal World.
Right.
We don't do it every day, but we do it. We don't do it as much as I'd like to either. But no, I'm a very happy stand-up comic. I'm happy I fell into it, but yeah, there's a part of me.
Did you fall into it?
Yeah.
Okay, how?
I was doing Second City.
Right.
And a few of my friends, and like my friend Robin Tanglin, and a few people who are great writers, and always writing with me, they're like, how are you not doing stand-up? Like, we love the way you write. It's quick, you know. And I was like, I'll try, you know. And then I went, and it went well. Then I went again, and it went well. And I enjoyed that aspect of it, and I enjoyed the improv aspect of it. So for about 5 to 7 years, I did a place called Joey's Comedy Club in Livonia, Michigan. Okay. And every Monday and Tuesday was a stand-up and then an improv show. And we were very lucky to have standing room only at that point because we had built a bit of a popularity.
So you would do both kind of shows?
I would open the show, do stand-up, or I would do stand-up at some point in the show, and then our improv troupe would go up at the end.
Okay.
So I did it simultaneously.
Okay, so you're really building chops doing something like that.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Because, like, a lot of stand-ups, they want to transition into more, like, acting and stuff like that. It's, like, very common, right? So being able to work on both simultaneously must have been so helpful.
It is. I mean, and really acting is just reacting, at least to me. It's just authentic reaction. Right. And especially if you get to play silly characters and comedy characters. It's fun, you know. I just did a pilot 2 weekends ago, and it's about a guy named Dave Landau, who's a complete drunk alcoholic mess.
Yep.
And his life has fallen apart, and he's working at a carnival. And I saw the script, and I was like, okay, I think I can figure this character out because it's just me. But it was cool to play a funny, broken character because it allowed me to pull out the depression and the sadness in me, but also still have the funny.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays out.
Okay, so that actually is like a perfect segue to what I was wondering before, because a lot of what I saw this week in your material comes from trauma.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm wondering, like, first of all, like, did you start by talking about that stuff? And I'm actually wondering personally, because I grew up in group homes. So I have a lot of these kinds of stories too.
Yeah.
But I'm not tapping into them. Other comics are like, you should be. Like, you got stuff to talk about, right? And,
yeah.
But I haven't yet because I don't know if I'm there. So I'm wondering, like, when did you come to that? Were you doing, like dick jokes for a long time, and then you came to the more of the trauma stuff?
No, I was, like, clean when I started. So I would work with, like, Dave Coulier and Henry Cho and, like, a few other people, like, because I wanted to get work. It wasn't really my voice, but I'm not necessarily filthy. I'm just honest, you know, but it wasn't really my voice.
Right.
But I would do joke structures, but then I was still drinking at the time, but I would talk about, like, juvenile arrests and stuff, and when I went to rehab, and I realized, like, the comics were all finding it very fascinating.
Yeah.
And really, I didn't delve into the stories until I got sober in 2009, and then around 2015, I started getting into them. And when I saw the show This Is Not Happening, I was like, I want that show.
Right.
And comedy, so I want to get that. So I sent 2 stories, and Ari Shafir called me, and he said, tell me the stories over the phone. And he goes, all right. He goes, I want you to tell both those stories. I can't pick one, so figure out a way to intertwine them.
Yeah.
So at the end, I have that button. It's what I told tonight, the wolf story, and then it ties back.
So good.
Yeah, so it's like I wanted to learn.
Applause breaks. Like,
yeah, and it's like it's cool because it's like not a forced applause. It's just they enjoy almost they vision it.
Well, and the callback is such a good surprise.
Yeah.
So.
And I really admired when I first started. I mean, I'm looking at the wall, but it's like almost everybody on that wall, from Dennis Miller to Mitch Hedberg to Chris Rock. But there were these guys that weren't as well known, and one guy's name was Ron Schock, and he used to hang out with Bill Hicks.
Okay.
And I got to open for him, and he said to me, I'll never forget, he goes, I hate young comics. And I was like, thank you. And he goes, no, but you're funny. He goes, how long have you been doing it? And I said, 8 months. And he goes, fuck you.
So Dave Landau, check out his book. Check out his podcast, Normal World. Check out his movie.
Yes, King of Detroit. But definitely check out the book and the podcast for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, check out Normal World. You can check it out on YouTube, subscribe. And then if you want, definitely check out Party of One, a Fuzzy Memoir on Amazon.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man, my
it.
pleasure, dude. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, can't wait till the next time.
Likewise.
Awesome.